Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and hopefully actually start the correct live stream. Yesterday, I failed to do that, so my apologies if you're trying to find yesterday's live stream or it was misproperly labeled. I've been off the horse for a while. I'm back, though. Some really cool stuff going on behind the scenes that I can't talk about at all, but know it's all very exciting. It could potentially really help our scan corner in the long term, in the short term. But today, I'm excited to be checking out what I believe was the 17th most popular project on all of Games Right. Actually, sorry, 19th. That is John Company and Molly House Reprint. Hey, Sean. Glad to be back. Two of the most evocative historical board games are back for a new print run. So immediately I'm like, meh. Because it's just, if I don't know what John Company or Molly House are, if I have no clue, which you got to think is going to be the majority of people who might just happen to stumble upon this. Because I know they're much beloved games. They're much beloved historical games. But it's still just... Like, there's tons of people who don't know what Ticket to Ride is, or well, maybe not Ticket to Ride, but you get what I'm saying. So I would just have the player link, the time counts, the age, the prices. I get you're showing the components, maybe a little bit more of the history, right? Because I know Molly House has like a fascinating, like I was really interested in Molly House just when I saw the box and like the theme about it, and then the player count as well, only going up to 3 players. And John Company, same deal. So I feel like this main image definitely doesn't do this a service, focusing on components that are fine. Like they're fine. Like that one's nice, and those are dice. Who cares? But it's just, I definitely feel like we could have done more, not only in the main image, but also on the description as well. I really feel like they didn't do themselves many favors with either of those. However, they're lucky because they have 2 games that people really, really want. Hopefully they're going to spotlight that incredibly well in this video, which hopefully will answer the 3 big questions. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? The 3 things you need to convince Kickstarter backers of it. They've done it for $300,000. Let's see how they did it. Let's go. Fast. Wow. Pieces. Oh my, dice. Ugh. Okay, cool. You have components. They're nice. They look historical. Yippee freaking skippy. But do you have a great game? Because here's the thing. You could show me and talk to me about your great game, and I could then naturally infer the spectacular graphics and components. So you just doing nothing but that with like fast music. Come on. Give me some meat here. This is all sizzle. Ugh. I'm not gonna say there's not some steak here, but it's like the steak is just, it could be so much wasted steak. Oh, playmat. It's a nice playmat. Cool. It's a great job showcasing the playmat. I will say that. Yeah. Cool. What? How do you? What are they about? Is it worker placement, action selection? Is it bidding? Is it? Is it like? Thanks for telling me nothing. Thanks for telling me nothing. All right. Hopefully we'll get here. Cole Worley is an XF, and here's the thing. I hate that as a gamer, but I get why they did it, honestly, because I imagine that there's going to be a large subsection of the people that back this are just into historically themed things and like games. Like, I'm just trying to figure, because okay, John Company 2nd edition, we got Pax Premier reprint, and then launching soon. No one's launching. Oh, we're doing a reprint of that. Okay, let's make sure people got their stuff. I'm pretty sure I've seen this game in the wild, so I do believe this is not going to be something I'm concerned about, but we'll double check. See. I think I misreceived my copy of this. It's somewhere, hey, Seth, 10 months ago, 3 years ago. Yeah, boom, 3 years. So we're done. So cool. Back Samir. Did people get their stuff? Once again, I believe I've seen this box in existence. Asked for a player replacement board. You sent me the wrong color one twice. Still haven't my problem fixed, unfortunately. I never get my replacement tokens from this project. So being sent out, I'll just receive this after a long time to get my replacement tokens. So some customer service stuff that comes with being a smaller company that probably has, 1, 2, maybe 3 people, probably, I would guess. And most of the time, it's like a one plus person show a lot of the time. So that's something that you always need to realize, because if you're not that deep in the hobby and you just like know of board games and the companies and you might assume that these companies are larger than they are, and they are not large. I would say most of the board game companies that currently launch Kickstarters now have less than 2 employees. Like 1.78 would be the guess that I would go. All right, 90. So $90, that's a great price. Oh, that's for just the one. Okay. Then 60, so 150. Okay, so there's a quote here. Oh, there wasn't a quote. A cool world, the world warming thing stuff. John Company second edition is a great work of art. Thank you for pulling out something that I can see with my eyes, instead of the fact that Shut Up and Sit Down probably said some absolutely just loquaciously delicious quotes. I could go through this, which luckily is clickable, and I could probably very easily find something, and you probably could, 3 to 5 quotes, and be like, that'd probably be better, because I can see the art. This is a deep and moving game that rises above its peers. It's deep and moving. So it's $200. I thought it was 150 for both. I thought it was so it's 90, so that's 150. So what's the difference? Is this like deluxeified? Metal pawns and metal coins. Okay, so that's like the super deluxeified with metal. So this is just like the regular deluxeified of 150. Seems like a good price. Not a fan of the fact there's not that third pledge where it's just like, hey, if you don't want metal coins, so hopefully there's just an easy add-on to it, but whatever. 1 to 6, 90 to 240, ages 14 plus, a game of nepotism and bureaucracy in the British East India Company. Okay, let's go back to how they use the description. Just that brief description right there makes me, that sounds like a really fascinating game that doesn't have another theme like that. And that player count. Like, we're at medium to holy crap range, okay? We're at medium to, we got to kind of plan a day around playing this game range, which I'm all for. Give me the Zaya, give me the Twilight Imperium. Like, I'm down. Unflinchingly examines the early gangsters of capitalism. I don't understand what that means, but it gets me excited as a historical gaming fan. Once again, I feel like an extra sentence or two here would really unlock this quote. And unfortunately, we're left wanting more. The game tickles my brain like no other, and it is a joy. Okay, designer Gloomhaven, that's a nice one, big one. Best of the year, Board Game Geek 4. Yeah, I would put this up higher, but that's still great. We have the quote. The only thing that apparently is important from that is them knowing that they like the artwork. How to play, beautiful.
Hey folks, my name is...
Money, 49 minutes, but hey, when you're playing a 90 to 240 minute video, do you care? The answer's no. An intense exercise in empathy, one of the best board games of the past year. An intense exercise in empathy. Now that's one where it's like, yeah, I want a little bit more, but that's a fascinating quote. Molly House asked us to become reluctant traders of the self and hopefully come out the other side a little more human. Okay. Like, I feel like we're going too deep here. It's like when you're at a party and you're like, okay, settle down there, buddy. We know you're going for your doctorates. You're laying it on a bit thick, right? And that's what it feels like. You're laying it on a little thick here, okay? You get, like, the game's... Okay, it's a great game. We get it. It's historically themed, cool, but at least talk to me like I'm 5 when you're in the quotes, at least, about why I should want to buy the game. Because honestly... Like, there was a quote I straight up just didn't understand. There were 2 or 3 quotes that were kind of cryptic to me, and that's not generally the best idea with quotes that I don't imagine, but hey, they're going from a I feel like they're going, what is this? John Events in India Companion. There's a lot of text, that's what that is. 150, metal coins, the sleeves, the packs Premier, okay. All the stuff here, nice clean add-on section, great. So you can just get that for 150. That's good. Good stuff. We're continuing. I will say, can you do it on the price? I don't have a problem with that. When you're talking about a game that's that long, I don't think people bat an eye at $90. Like when we're talking about a potentially 4-hour game, someone says $90, you say, okay, that's Twilight. You know, no problem there at all. So nice prices. Board Game Arena. Whoa. It's all Board Game Arena. I just have a tutorial. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this looks so up my alley. I eventually want to play this game. Let's have a society. We played Molly House. Okay. We played it. So there's gameplay videos. Looks like there's previews. There's how to plays for both the videos. Good stuff. Shipping rates, click here. Love the fact you didn't make this just a document. Here's a little thing. You take the Windows key, you take the Shift, and you take the S, and bada boom. Check this out. You copy it. Look at that. Look at that. And then you just boom, you're done. How long does that take? You're not going to do that? Is that too hard? It's not. I'm a fool. I just did it. It's just laziness. I don't understand it. Like, oh, we got this pretty Kickstarter page. We wouldn't want to sully it with this graphic. And it's like, I bet you that's probably why. Like, dude, I'm going to take the time and everything. Like, come on. And it's like, oh, because it's a work in progress. Okay, it's a work in progress. Then make it clickable. Hey, this is subject to change, and here's the most recent or something. Like anything like that. But put it there. Don't make it extra clickable. Like, it's just, I don't want to make it extra click all the time. To you, $25. Not when I'm in the country. $175. Okay, that's not bad. Or, so 15. That's nice. Oh, plus 1 to 2 small. This is a really nice shipping section, by the way. Like, nitpick aside that you got to click to get to it. That was a very pleasant section, shipping section. Plus 1 to 2 small add-ons. Okay, so they're like, not the game, probably, but the other stuff, good stuff. All right, campaign. This is nice. Hopefully this gets moved up higher once this thing's complete. You know, just plop this thing at the top like, what is it? Oh, something Giraffe Games is the first people I saw do it. And they did it really well, where after the campaign was over, they just had like this big chart. And I was like, hey, here's where this game is in its process and whatnot. I just feel like that's so money, right? I don't need to see your pretty game and what. Actually, I guess I would say you probably want to do that after you get to the point where people are going to keep giving you money, right? I don't know, because I think there's definitely a delicate balancing act there of like, you still want people like, hey, because you get money after the fact. The pledge manager, that's it. That's it. That wasn't too bad at all. That was 11 minutes, short, sweet, in and out. Didn't waste your time. I'm not hating on it. And at the end of the day, do I want it? Yeah, I do. I feel like you could have spotlighted stuff a little bit better, but I got the gist. And here, how much is it? Your price wasn't that bad, especially for these two games, which, you know, I'm not assuming that I'm going to be able to pick these up at Target. Like, these are the kind of games where if you see them on a math trade, you're like, oh, they perk up your ears. Like, those are going to be games that are a little bit harder to come by. At least that's the impression that they're trying to give off, which kudos, they nailed it. Updates and add-ons, 2,451. That makes a lot of sense because you're going to get a lot of people who already have one game and a lot of people who already have the other game. Oh, no, because they got 386 here. 987, so more people excited for the John Company than the Molly House. The all-in John Company Molly House Deluxe, 457. Yeah, metal coins. And you know what? I shouldn't say the metal coins aren't moving the needle because once again, there's going to be a huge chunk of people who already own one of them. But at the end of the day, I also don't feel like that video did a great job. Like, I don't feel like the main image or the video were either very good at all. Like, they just, like, not saying they weren't well made, professionally done. Did a great job spotlighting the components. But there's more in your game than the components, and you hinted at like, oh, there's also gameplay here. Look, there's dice being rolled, and look at that. And you showcase the components great, but it's just, I would love if you narratively weave together what all these components did instead of just trying to have fast historical music. It just, I don't know. It was just too much sizzle, not enough steak for me. But at the end of the day, the sizzle was good. It was good sizzle. An Infamous Traffic 2E. We did working on a new edition of an Infamous Traffic. We'll be doing a playtest during this campaign. I don't know what that means. Cool. Neat. I'm not saying that in a sarcastic way at all, but that's where the FAQ, that's where it should be. Like, that's a weird, specific question that someone will have, and they answered already. So that's terrible engagement. I gotta say, like, this is not hard. This is so hard. That is just, I'm gonna say it's pathetic, right? It's really bad. You have 14 comments on this project, which you know is nothing but historically themed enthusiasts, and you can't generate more than 12 comments, which most likely are like, hey, we're super excited, day one funded, or some stupid crap like that, right? Yeah. Just ask there's so many low-hanging fruits. Like, what expansion would you like from this time period? Pluck? You could do that for both expansions. Or better yet, what historical event do you think would be fascinating, and what mechanism would you utilize? Like, there's so many low-hanging fruits that you could ask, because this is the smarty farty crowd, and they would love to get an opportunity to show how smarty farty they are about interweaving mechanisms with historical events, and I'm all for that. I'm not even dogging on that. Like, when I play a game like Twilight Struggle, it sets my brain on fire, like how someone play tested to balance this, even though they totally didn't balance the space race. Yeah, it's fool's gold. Okay, could we possibly add a separate thing for the stuff? So good customer service. 4 days, so they took the weekend off. No, it's Wednesday. So yeah, that's not great customer service there, but hey, I mean, it's just a $300,000 campaign you're running in the final week. I'm sure there's, do they have collaborators? I guess that's the question. Yeah, they did actually took maybe he's a designer, or maybe, as I said, collaborators can a lot of time just be people that you know, that you trust, to like just micromanage like easy comments like, yeah, we're super excited that you're excited about it too, like just churn engagement kind of things. So at the end of the day, final grade 4, John Company and the Molly House reprint. Do I want it? Yes, I do, but not as much. So, I try and come into these as a blank slate. And I can't, because I've seen this game in person. The components look great, and I actually want to play it. And I know it's very highly rated. But if I didn't, I think they did a good job convincing you either way. Because as much as I nitpick about how much I'd love if they focus on the components and this, that, and the other thing, like the gameplay. What is this? It's frozen. Everything's frozen. Oh my God, Elsted me. They still, like, they did spotlight their pedigree, right? It's like, we've won these awards. We were nominated for this. Yeah, 452. And they did that. So that was good stuff. And then they have stuff people want, right? Like, everybody wants this game if you've heard of this game or if you played this game. And I just feel like there was definitely some meat that was left on the bone here. And I'm curious to see how their other campaigns did. And I can't help but wonder if it's just that lackluster main image followed by what I feel like is a very lackluster video. Like, even as someone who came into this wanting to be excited about this game, I was like, okay, there's 100 other Kickstarters that have funded in the last 2 years with gorgeous artwork, gorgeous components, and trash gameplay. And I know that's not you. Like, you can prove that's not you, but it's just, yeah. So John Company did $787,000. That's a big chunk. And then so you're essentially doing a reprint of that game, and then a reprint of Molly House, which, yeah, I don't know. I definitely feel like there's meat left on the bone here. But do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Yes. How much is it? Yes. So good grade. But I think it could have been great. And I feel like that's one of those ones where it's just there's too many things to juggle running a Kickstarter, right? It's you have to get people excited pre-launch. You have to get people excited during the campaign. Like, and it's just like during those updates. Like, let's see if they were getting people excited. These ones, 0 comments. But these are early ones. Like, fulfillment update and spill, but that's a fulfillment update. It's hard to. It's not fair to judge these comments because updates after a campaign is over compared to updates during the campaign are drastically different things, right? The information is much more valuable after your money's locked in. It's like, oh, my money's gone now. Hopefully this is good news. So at the end of the day, final grade, I think it's going to go with a B+. Yeah, I think B+ fair. Overall, I think it's rock solid. That video, though, I just wish they would have added an extra 15 to 20 seconds and just really been like, so Molly House, create joy in the queer community in the 17th. Like, I could just read this. In Molly House, players take the role of the gender-defying Mollies of the early 18th century London, throw grand masquerades, and cruise back alleys while evading moralistic constables who seek to destroy community. But instead, you're showing me all this thematically on the board with the delicious, delightful components, and oh, look at this. It's like, oh, this is the back alleys or whatever. Like, I could then see, like, oh, yeah, look, oh, this is where I'm walking as this Molly. Like, you could have done that. You could have interweaved it so much, and I think you could have then brought in more people who aren't here just for a historically themed game. And I feel like that was just the missing component there. But at the end of the day, B+. I still feel like it was well done. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for John Company and Molly House reprint. Also, if you have a request for a Kickstarter, Hold it until next week, I guess, because I'm trying to catch up through all the stuff from last week. Also, a couple Kickstarter autopsies coming up for campaigns that are over. We'll see how they did. We'll see how they shook out. Just because I've been super busy this past week, but I'll tell you about that soon. Question mark? We don't know. Bye. Love you.